Hi, so today I thought I'd bring you along to our local repair cafe where I volunteer at. And I've got a little job to have a look at here. It's a little fence energizer, so we'll get it on the mat and we'll see if we can repair it. So there's probably going to be a bit of background noise, but this little fence energizer, when you switch it on, it's got a little red light there, and it's not actually doing anything. There seems to be no power. So it's got some batteries in. Let's just get those out. And it looks like we've got 4 screws that we need to remove around here. And we're into it. Well, it looks a little bit crusty in here. Now, I wonder if that's the problem there. That track doesn't look the best. I'll just see if I can get a bit closer view on that for you. Right, so we've got the on-off switch just here. So let's check if that works. Right, so the on-off switch is working. Let's just try these traces. They're actually alright. I don't think that one actually goes anywhere. So maybe not the traces then. It does look a bit sketchy round about here, so it could be that those need clean. I don't think there's any light coming on it. Let's just try popping the batteries back in and hopefully they don't get a zap off it.
Doesn't sound like the silver one, does it? What do you do? Pressure is being applied. It is a bit bigger. Yes.
No, I don't like body fats. Well, so
it does look like it's pulsing. But we're not getting any output.
Something's got to give.
Nobody's there to tell you to.
I'm just going to try and get a couple of screwdrivers or something just to get these close together and we'll see if we get a spark. Well, I'm actually getting a spark on that.
That's right, yeah.
So, unless there's an intermittent problem on this, but this actually seems to be working at the moment.
The solid red and not flashing.
Right.
Well, it was back at home, so
the light was on solid red and it wasn't flashing?
yeah.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't like sending the pulse and then.
Right. So it seems to be working at the moment, so I'll have a little bit look around the circuit board just see if I can see anything obviously obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of a strange one, this though.
Wow. Oh, that's brilliant.
So I'm going to put some solder across these tracks here just to make sure, and then I'm going to put some clear nail varnish just over the top just to kind of seal it because we haven't got any solder mask here. This track doesn't actually go anywhere, so I don't even know why I'm doing this one. Yep. So what I think might have happened with this is moisture's getting inside of it and stopped it from oscillating, and that will probably give the symptoms that he had. So we'll let this dry, we'll put it back together and then we'll just check that it's working okay. Right, just finished putting it back together, so let's switch it on. And there we go. So I think it's been moisture is getting into the circuit board, was shorting out one of the transistors, and that's why it wasn't oscillating. So hopefully the varnish that I've put on there will stop that from happening again. So hopefully that's it fixed. So I'm at the repair cafe again, and we're going to be looking at this Roberts radio that somebody just brought in, which has no power. So they brought the power adapter in as well. So the first thing I want to do is try testing the power adapter. Right, just plug that in. Let's just see if we get any power out of this then. Just 20 volts DC. And we're not getting any power out of the power adapter. So that looks like what the problem could be then. So let's see if we can get into the power adapter. So I've managed to crack the power adapter open. So let's have a look in here then. Let's just check we haven't got any voltage in the mains cap first.
The trouble with this thing, it eats batteries. It needs a new battery every couple of weeks. The fact that it's flashing means it needs a new battery now.
We're about 23 volts in there. So that means the power supply is actually getting power. So let's just check to see if we get continuity between here and the leads on the back here where it comes out.
Dave is just experimenting.
So I'll just go into continuity.
He seems quite busy doing stuff at the moment.
Yeah, I've got continuity to there and continuity to there. Do we have a short? Right, if you can see the meter there. So we have a short on the output. So this is the output here. We've got a capacitor and a diode there. So it could be something like one of these capacitors is failed short, or it could be the diode. So let's just check across the diode here. Right, so we have a short across the diode here. So let's try taking out the diode and we'll see if that's short. Let's get the iron on. Should put some fresh solder on first. I'll just see if we can pull this out.
I've got a sticky one on now.
Right, let's see if that's short. And yes, it is. So it looks like the output diode has failed on this. So I'll have to have a look around, see if I can find a suitable replacement. Right, I found a suitable diode. That one's measuring okay, as you can see. And the other one's short. So let's pop this one in. And we'll make sure to get it round the right way. Right, let's solder that up. Try and get this cable back in. I'll have to see if I can glue this back up. Right, let's plug it back in and we'll see if we get any voltage out of it now. Hey, 7.68. It's supposed to be 7.5. Right, let's try the radio now then. Well, it's lit up.
Just make all the right noises to do anything you could to try them on.
Doesn't seem to have anything on the display though.
You know, I've inherited his sound.
So perhaps it's got more problems than just the power supply. Well, I've got the little Roberts radio all in bits here, and I've just found out what the problem is. There was a metal can just over here, and underneath here is a little voltage regulator that's kind of burnt and blown. So I think what's happened with this is the mains adapter has failed and somebody's plugged a different mains adapter in and unfortunately fried it. So I don't think this one's going to be repairable, unfortunately. So we're back at the repair cafe again, and somebody's brought this log splitter into repair, which isn't working. What's happening is the motor isn't turning, so I'll plug it in, I'll show you what it's doing. So the motor's free, as you can see there, but when we turn it on, you can see it just goes. So I think what the problem with this is, I think there'll be a run capacitor in here. So let's whip this front off and we'll have a look and see what's inside. But I'm sure there'll be a run capacitor in there that's probably failed. Right, I've just unplugged it. Let's take the front off. And I think this is going to be the culprit here. So I'm just going to check that, see if there's any voltage in the capacitor first, before I disconnect it and test it. So there's no voltage in there, so it's safe to remove it. Slightly smaller screwdriver. Right, that's the capacitor removed, and it's 30 microfarads at 450 volts. So let's go on to capacitance. And there we go.
So with your rectangles, are they dead straight? Absolutely. Then you just need to do the same with the sleeves, really. You just finish them dead straight.
Looks like it's pretty much open circuit. So I think that's the problem.
So usually when you're doing arms on letting,
So we'll order one of those, and then when it comes, we'll try it and see if that cures the problem. Just while I was looking at that, one thing I have noticed, if we look at the bottom of the capacitor here, you can see it's actually exploded at the bottom here. So yeah, definitely that, 100%. Right, I'll order one up. So somebody's brought in a little disco lamp here. Said it's not working, so let's have a look at that.
So both sides, you did it for 10 minutes and we'll have to tack dry.
A little mains powered thing. Let's just try plugging it in.
So someone showed cobblers at you, they're probably not being rude.
And indeed, it's not working. So it looks like we've got 4 Phillips screws on the back, so let's take those out. So what have we got in here then? Yeah. Look what we have here. Looks like just a little wire off on this one then. Might just be a quick and easy fix, this one. Looks like somebody's pulled the wire. Let's see if we can feed that through a bit more. We'll just get the iron and we'll try soldering that back on. Might be a quick and easy fix, this one. The camera was full, so let's solder this on.
We'll just do that. Not that you can find anything.
Looks like that's loose as well.
And it's a set. I don't know what work there.
Mate, it's supposed to be like that. Right, so all the screws back in and see what it does. Hey. No, only the red light's lighting up. The green and the blue ones don't seem to be lighting up properly. So it looks like it might have more problems. Right, let's take it apart again.
Did see a flash of green just then.
Yeah, might be dry joints.
Yeah.
Or bad soldered connections, I think. Well, I can't see anything that looks bad. I'm just wondering if it's the LEDs themselves. Let's have a look at this connector down here. Let's just plug it back in again. I'm just wondering if it's the LEDs. Let's try resoldering them in any case. See if that's made any difference. I think the problem's the LEDs themselves on the way out.
That's why.
I don't know if I've got a couple of those LEDs back at home, so I might swap those over when I get back. I've hooked the bench power supply up here. If I go straight onto one of the LEDs here, you can see it there, that one's flickering.
Been talking to himself all day.
If I go onto that one, the red one, you can see it's lighting up fine. Look, the green one's flickering, and the same with the blue one here. You can see there, that's flickering there and not lighting up properly. And it's unplugged from the board, so it is definitely the LEDs that need replaced. So we're back at the repair cafe. The new capacitor's just arrived. I've just fitted a couple of ferrules on the end because it had some round screwy on terminal type things. So let's just double check. Yep, so 30 microfarads. So we'll get this fitted then. That may be a bit of a problem. It looks slightly bigger than the other one. We'll have to see what I can do about that. So I've turned it round, I've managed to get it in a bit better there now, so I'll just put the front on. Now for some reason that bottom screw doesn't want to go in.
Wrong. How much have you did there?
That's because the capacitor's bigger than the original. That's it. So I've just noticed this was manufactured in 2015, so it's lasted about 10 years. Right, we've got it all back together. Let's just see if it works. So I'll just press this button here to make the motor go, and then we'll pull this handle to make the log splitter activate. And it returns by itself. So excellent, that all appears to be working. So I thought we'd try some destruction of this capacitor with the log splitter. So we'll see how this works out. Oh, here goes. Oh, that jumped up. Oh yes.
Come on. Better than that, haven't you? This one was made earlier.
Yeah, so that's the internals of the capacitor there. Just foil, looks like resin, but obviously failed. Well, I'm back at home and I've managed to find a couple of replacement LEDs for this. So let's just zoom down a bit. I'll see if we can get these ones off. These don't seem to want to come off. I wonder if they're soldered on underneath. They don't usually. But they definitely don't want to budge. Just going to try some side cutters. The ones I've removed, they were just held on with some thermal compound. Just wonder if these have been glued on or something maybe. Or if they were indeed soldered. Yeah, it looks like they were soldered. Well, that's a pain. I want to see if I can put some copper tape or something across that for some thermal dissipation now then. I'm probably going to have to try and keep this circuit board up to remove that one. That's just made it a bit more awkward. I did make a hot plate for one of these a while back. So I don't know whether to try that. I mean, thermal compound might just be okay on that, to be quite honest with you, because it'll still conduct thermally, even though it's not soldered. Because it's aluminium on the back here. And even if I destroy this top, I might just get the hot air on it, because even if I melt this one, it's not going to make a lot of difference. It's broke anyway, so... Right, I'll get the hot air rework station on it. Well, that came off easier than I expected. Might be a bit tricky to solder this one back on. I think what I'll do, I'll put a bit of solder on this pad here first. I'll solder that one first, and then I'll try and heat it up from the bottom again. See if it'll sink in place. And I think that'll do. So I think I'm going to put a bit of thermal compound on here. I'm trying to see which way around this one went. I can't see the plus and minus signs now. There's the plus. Right, I think I'm just going to put a bit of thermal compound on this. A bit more than I wanted. I think that'll do. to find some cable ties now to go around the bottom here. And back with the cable tie. Right, something like that, I think. Let's just give it a quick test. Yeah, looks like it's working. Right, we'll get the cover back on. And then I'll take it back to the repair cafe when I'm there next, and hopefully someone's child will be very happy. So if you've not heard of a repair cafe before, it's a place where people can bring in their broken items and we'll attempt to repair them free of charge. Obviously they pay for parts if needed. Well, that's pretty much how it works. And there's repair cafes all over the world. I volunteer at our local one. So if you have a look on the website, which I'll just bring up so you can have a look, there's probably one local to you too. Like I said, they're all over the world. So if you want to see more repair cafe repairs, please let me know in the comments below. And you might enjoy volunteering at one yourself, or you might have an item that you want to bring into one. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.